everybody. We're on to our next presentation for philosophy of Rick and Morty. Our next presentation is Anthony's group.
My name is Anthony, that's as Mortal Jose, and Anthony, we're going to talk about the science, or more importantly, the philosophy of science for Rick and Morty. So like science and the necessity of the beliefs of gods, and like religion and all that. So our friend Nietzsche, after the Enlightenment Science Revolution, he said that God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. And the reason why I said that is during the Enlightenment, the 17th to 19th century in Europe, it was a philosophical and intellectual movement that dominated the world of ideas, basically. So I'm going to give you a couple examples with regard. In that time in Europe, they said that God didn't need God for the source of value, morality, or the order of the universe. They said that science and philosophy could do that for them. So an example of what he means is like in mythology, like Zeus, or in Norse mythology, like Thor, how they see thunder or lightning, and how like they thought that God's created those electricities basically. But now you see us around, and right now we have electricity around us. So basically saying like, what are we no different to be gods? What is Thomas Edison to God? What is Nikola Tesla that created electricity? Are they gods too, since they did all that? And then we're talking about that. But what do you guys actually believe in? Do you guys believe in the science? Or do you guys believe in what gods can do back then? What we already doing with electricity? And then I was going to talk about how like the church basically is just a scam. So how you guys believe in something now? One person can talk to God, when we all can talk to God, but everybody believes in the Vatican or the Pope, what he says, and you guys believe that since he could talk to God, that's what God says. So how, like, what do you really believe in? Is it that person, or is it what God says, or what God did? You know what I mean? And then I have a question for you guys, a little food for thoughts. Something that hit me, what Rick told me a long time ago. So it was like, with all the science that we have today, do we really need the beliefs of God and religion? You know what I mean? Does it make sense? Because what people thought was unexplainable back then is what we can do now with science. And then the reason why I asked that question is because we're this close to creating life and basically almost owning sheeps. And like, if we're creating life, are we gods too? But I'm not going to touch on that subject. I'm going to let Esmeralda talk about it. So I'll pass on to Esmeralda.
Alright, I'm Esmeralda. I'm going to touch base on flow. So we all know that Rick is known to be a scientist and who creates like weird lives or creatures and dimensions or worlds, whatever you guys want to call it. So in the episode, or in the show Rick and Morty, episode 9, season 3, there's a specifically, so they touch base on Beth's like childhood and how Rick created a world for her when she was young. And so this is like, I was trying to find a video, but I couldn't find a video. But it just shows like, I'll dive deep into it, just basically. So he created a different world for her because I guess she was like a hazardous child to the other kids her age. And so he just kept her in that world. And there was specifically this little boy that she was jealous of, and his name was Tommy. And she was envious of him because his parents like spoiled him and gave him attention that Rick didn't give to his daughter Beth. So moving on to it. So basically, Beth somehow convinced Tommy to come with her into her other world that Rick created, which is called, I think it's called, I forgot what it was called. Floopy World, I believe it was called Floopy World. But she took Tommy there and she left him there, abandoned him there, and she went back to her real life. And then moving forward to now, like where she has her own family, she got her 2 kids, her husband, and all that. She stumbled across some bad news that Tommy's father is gonna get prosecuted because he got convicted for Tommy's death. They think that he ate his son. I don't know why, but I guess That's what they thought. And so she was just not going to leave it at that. I'm pretty sure she felt some guilt. So she went back to the world, to her little world that Rick created for her. And she tried to convince him to come back, but he didn't want to. And so she had to fight. And she had to fight his little minions too. And so she comes back to the real world, and when she comes back to the real world, she tells her dad, Rick, that, like, do you know how to clone something? And he was like, yeah, like, well, she asked, like, do you know how to clone something? He's like, what do you need in order to clone somebody? And he said, I just need, like, some sort of DNA. And so she was like, okay, well, so Tommy kind of gave me his finger, well, but he actually didn't give her his finger. Like, I don't know, I wish I could show you the video because it was a pretty funny video, like I was cracking up. But, so he helped her make a clone out of Tommy. And it shows like right here, like this is where she was holding his finger, and so like he was helping, Rick was helping Beth make a clone of Tommy. I think it's on the next slide. Yep, that's him right there. And so they brought him back to his dad is right there, so he had to be there to show evidence that he's alive and said. And his shirt even says my father may eat me. And so I feel like it's kind of similar to reality right now, to our real life, because we can clone mammals, and we've cloned like monkeys, dogs, cats, and the most famously known is the sheep called Dory. Not Dory. Dorothy. I forgot her name.
Dolly.
Dolly. Yes, Dolly. Yes, she was the most famously known. But so I just want to like summarize everything that basically since science has been around for a really long time, and they have been discovering a lot of things, and they are known to create lives and save lives, and I feel like since they know how to do that, and it ties back with Anthony's, what he said about like, do we really need a God, since we can create lives, and not humans' lives yet, but eventually maybe we will. And maybe it's not in this world, in this earth, on this planet, it can be on another dimension, but I think that's something that Moses should touch base on.
Thank you. I'm going to start off with a quote. Believing in God or not before the crowd of possibilities that are abandoned, which remain latent, and those that are no more. The only logical solution seems to convince ourselves of a theology whose understanding escapes us, but which in a mysterious way guarantees that nothing better can exist. Basically, it's on perspective. How you believe in whatever religion you may believe in, and the science is going to come in. Now, with the Big Bang Theory, Einstein's E equals mc squared is the theory of everything. Basically, with the string theory, it was hard to explain how gravity works. It was the first theory of everything, but seeing that they couldn't explain gravity with its 10 dimensions, it was kind of hard to figure it out. Thanks to Einstein coming up with the E equals mc squared, gave them a more in-depth look on how things were created. Next one was, in the Big Bang Theory, there was the Schrodinger's cat within Rick and Morty, where it's about a cat that's sealed inside a box and with poison. Now, we don't know if it's dead or alive, because it's not open until you open it. So it's really just about perspective going forward. With the string theory, the information paradox leads into wormholes, and Vanthi will be talking about that more shortly. So going forward, it's more of a perspective thing, whether you have like a greater knowledge or greater in-depth faith or something like that, up to you. The string theory is basically the elementary particles. Yeah, basically a bunch of atoms compressed together and make different particles. It's based off of point to point. Going for the information paradox that helps the string theory is going into wormholes, and with that I'll pass it off to Vanthi.
Hello, I'm Vanthi. I'll be talking about wormholes. So for wormholes, it's like a portal to go to point A to point B, and in a short amount of time and distance. Also that it was called a bridge based off of Einstein and Rosen, because they theorized it. Also, with wormholes, Rick and Morty uses a gun, and it opens a dimension, and that's basically how they were able to get to point A to point B. And for in 1961, the wormhole was discovered, and Einstein published the theory of relativity, and he studied the curvature of wormholes, and so the relativity was basically covering gravity and how fast or slow you're able to move. And then Schwarzschild, he worked around Einstein's work, and he discovered, he discovered the metric, and that metric was based off of the gravity, and then electrons, and then and that kind of ties into the string theory. And Louis Flam, he discovered that the wormhole had two portals, because if it wasn't a wormhole, it would be like just a black hole, and for a black hole, nothing wouldn't like come out, and for the second hole, which is like the white hole, it would make it transversal, so you can go to point A to point B.
Do we wrap it up? John, do you have any questions or comments, like concerns?
No.
Good?
Yeah.
My spaceship blew up.